Alright, in this video, I need to install some interior. I need to clean all of it first because it's all super dirty still. Let's start cleaning this stuff. I've also been taking out these little foam pieces because I don't want them. Probably for vibrations and stuff. They're gonna hold smells and weight, so taking out the stuff. And I'm also taking off all the white padding that went around here. I even tried to take off all the glue. I didn't get all of it, but picked off all the fabric stuff and then the glue underneath just on here. Might as well. I think I've done this a million times. Pull this tab and take out the seat. There we go. Everything's all scattered around here, but everything is all clean. I just need to throw everything in now. It's time to remove all of this tan finally. Most of it, besides like a door panel or a seal. Most of it is going to be gone. Got all the seats out. I think we gotta get all these now. We gotta open up the trunk and take out these clips. I think I gotta take off the seal. And then you can take off this clip up top. Maybe. Need to take off these clips too while we're here. Then you can see where you need to pry. This is the one door seal that I couldn't get, so can't throw this one out quite yet. Now we can put the black ones in and start working our way back, because these you cannot get in black, those you cannot get in black, and then everything up above that you cannot get in black. So just gotta line back up the clips. Start the top ones first, and you can work your way down. The most important part. I'm gonna put this in. There we go. There's just two clips that clip on the top. We can plop these back in. You can put these back clips back in. It's looking a lot nicer already. So over here for the seat belts, you got two of them, short ones on the bottom. So you wanna put the short one on the bottom over here. That one goes over there, and the leftover one is right here. Got the sweet seat belts in. Time for the seats. Since I have this e-brake line cap here, I have to make sure that I tuck it under this line right here, this little bracket. On the seats for the 2006, there's a tab right here on the back of the Velcro, and it does not match up with this car, so I'm gonna snip it and just have the Velcro attach it like the other years. I got the back seat all installed and it looks a lot better back here. Now, I got the B-pillar lower piece, and it does say left hand on it, luckily, so you know where it goes. Looking good. Looking good. I think we're gonna save the door panels for last. Onto the three-tone dashboard plus glove boxes. So I just realized that this glove box actually doesn't work. I knew that it was a little bit different, but I thought it would still work. I would need a different radio over here for this to work, because this radio has a trim bezel and this one does not. And it has a piece of trim right here, and this one does not also. I'm not going to be able to run this, sadly, but I will be able to run the lower glove box, and I think the left-hand vent would work, the one over on the driver's side. I'll be able to find another one another day and throw that in, but just going to keep going. So we got the black door seals on, and it looks a lot better now. I could tell the difference from them from this little corner edge piece. You can see it from the old one and the new one, that this one's not as sharp and this one is. So these are the fronts. Got the ugly before, and here is the after. Looks a lot better. I think I'm probably gonna paint all of the tan pieces eventually. I might wrap the headliner in suede too, so. I also might paint this, just because these are super hard to come by, and this would be the only tan piece besides the radio that in the upper glove box. One door panel and one door seal. Besides all that, that would be the only piece that I'll paint black. I probably will never come across one inside the junkyard, sadly. Also got my last little footwell piece. Just pops in with tabs. I also got a new one of these because this is super dented. This piece does not look like it's been taken off ever. This little trim piece. Wow. It's a lot better now. This one isn't 100% better, but it's not as dented. It just popped right on. Just like that. Got the glove box all fitted up too, with the fire extinguisher and everything. This door panel is from a 2005. It still does work with the 2003 sedans. Gotta take out the screws for these. So I got the door panel all on, and I didn't realize earlier, this bolt does not line up, and the door closes and nothing is getting ripped out. So I'm just gonna rock with 2 bolts in there, and if this door panel ever gets pulled off, or if a tab comes out from someone pulling this closed, then I'll drill a hole and tap it. But until then, I'm just gonna rock with 2 bolts. I would put on one of the ugly wooden door trim things, but I'll probably just paint these the same color, which is aluminum metallic, on the harness bar that I installed. So I won't install these now because I need to paint these, but imagine they're there. Almost forgot the most important part. Sweet. I pop off this piece, and this piece is a little tab down here, and there's 3 screws like the front one, and then you can pop up the window switch and take these out. And they gotta pull up. Then you can disconnect the cables for the handle. I don't want to keep this plastic on, but it just helps from water getting inside of here from your window switch and stuff and not damaging things. But I do not want to deal with this goop that comes off with it. So I'm probably just gonna keep it on right now. It's not gonna do much of weight savings. It's not gonna really do much in the first place, so just keep it on. Same thing as the last, you need to attach the door handle. Then this one just slides right in like everything else. Imagine that's there. And then this piece to cover up the bolt. There we go. My new black piece didn't have this Velcro on it, so I'll probably need to take these staples off and then re-adhere it with glue or something. The most important part to see if this works from the newer model. And I did not realize in the junkyard, but these tabs are in the wrong location. This is the bottom part, tab is on the bottom, and then tab is on the top right here. I'm taking apart this glove box to paint, and look how gross it is in here. And that is gross. I'm gonna take off this weird bracket, whatever this is. Don't think I really want to take off the top mechanism. I'm just going to paint it. And I don't really like painting leather like this, but it's going to be the best bet. I actually think I might pop off the top cover. And then you can get to these screws and take this top part off. This part fell from the bottom. Looks like it goes right here for the screws to screw into. Probably wanted to tape off this chrome, but it's alright. Alright, mind the dirty car because been used a lot lately, but I got everything all done. I can't paint this because I don't want to paint it inside the car. And this little rubber piece will not take any paint because it just cracks. So I just didn't paint the inside because I didn't want to take apart my whole entire e-brake stuff. This is only temporary until I get a black manual center console piece, but got it all painted up. It looks good. Black does look a lot better. I just need to get a door panel, a new radio because this one doesn't work, and I need to get the black vents, upper glove box, and then a door seal. I even put this broken piece in. I tried to glue it with a zip tie, but it didn't really work, so I'm just gonna rock with the broken one right now. Alright, so I got these new pieces from the junkyard, and I was able to find the Kenwood radio with the new black vents that come with the radio. My radio doesn't work, so I needed to get a new one. I know these pieces are kind of expensive. You can find like $200 ones or $50 ones, so I'm not sure the $50 ones are compared to the more expensive ones, but I got this pretty much cleaned up. This will be hidden by the covers and stuff, so that'll be covered. It's not coming off, but I got a new piece because mine's broken inside of there. That's not fully broken through, it just cracked on the edges. Then I got the upper glove box and then the vent. And then I also got a left rear door seal for the other side. I'm still not able to find the driver door panel, sadly. Let's start taking that broken piece off first and get this radio out of here. So I have to take off the lower glove box anyways, but upper glove box will come off right after that lower glove box and radio comes out. I also got a door at the last junkyard trip to fix my dented door, and that'll fix this mess. The door latch seems pretty good. The door latch doesn't seem pushed in at all. It's up top. The hit was more down below, and I'm not really worried about this quarter right now, just getting a new door on because this window is really close to being broken. Everything's the same, removing all these parts, but the only different part is that I have my extinguisher going under this trim piece and wrapping around this dashboard. I think that's a little bit easier of a place instead of having it down here with the seat slider, and I think it's more secure and it's closer to me to grab whenever I do need it. I can just slide it out of there. Take out this little clock piece, and then one screw up here, and there's these two screws down here that need to come out. Let's take out my little pins. These little pins came inside the car whenever I bought it, so I've just been sticking them wherever I can. I like to keep them inside the car just because I think they're funny. And the buttons still work. The radio just doesn't work. Take out this little broken piece. I might need to take out my handbrake handle. I don't want to, but let's see if we need to take it out. I might just pull it back and fish it out. Oh. I was trying not to hit my e-brake, which is fine, but it was a struggle not to hit this little hanging piece and drag it against there. That's what I was working around. And this is what's left of my radio. Kind of sad. So I'm really curious to see if this Kenwood works, because I got it from the junkyard and there's 3 plugs. One for the HVAC stuff, and then 2 for the radio. And then one, that's another part of the radio one. It's this thing. This little microphone that I zip tied up because I'm probably not going to be using that, but I'm just going to plug it in, see if it works, and find out. Guess I should cut these zip ties first. I got everything all plugged in, and I'm just going to turn the car on and see if it all works. I might set it up in there just because it's going to be easier to see if this thing works. We ain't got nothing. The HVAC works, but the radio does not work. If I stand this up without it falling, then I go ground it right here. Hello. So I was able to figure out that whenever I was at the junkyard, not on this harness side, but on the actual harness side of the radio, that they had a ground coming out and grounding it somewhere. So I saw that the black wires that they used were grounded. Say ground on them. Both of them do. And then I was going to this black wire. So I took a test lead and grounded this black wire, and then it put in an error message that said like test service mode or something, or protect mode. And I assume that's because the ground was disconnected, and then I connected it, so then it thinks that there's like a short or something. So I'm gonna fix this person's wire connections. It's not bad, but they're probably super old, and I'd rather know that I'm doing it correctly, and then I'll depin the things that are not needed because there's an orange wire hanging out. There's a bunch of wires hanging off here. I'd rather have it be a little bit more cleaned up. So I'm gonna take off what I don't need and reconnect what I do need. And then double heat shrink because I don't want these to come apart and everything's gonna be shaken because it's behind the radio. So might as well make sure the electrical is all good. So I was able to lose a lot of wires and depin a lot of the wires that weren't needed. And I heat shrinked everything together. The old ones didn't have any heat shrink on it. They all just were connected like this. Didn't really like that. Don't have a remote, but I might. Steering wheel remote input. I need to depin that one too, actually. And then the mute, I'm not sure if that's for an actual remote or what, but I'll just keep it in. And then yeah, I'll depin this one real fast. To depin it, you have to go on the front face of the connector and not on the whole side of it, but the spot under the hole. There's a tab that is right underneath the wire. I'm also unplugging the mic to see if it'll work without it because I don't want this jumbled mess behind there and I'm not going to be using the mic. I also have a long ground cord to go to a good ground because I didn't want to cut into the harness like the junkyard car. So this is a ground cable and I figure out how long I need this, and then I put on one of these to put it through a bolt and make sure that it has a good ground. There we go. And then put a little bit of heat shrink over it to make it look good. Looks pretty good. I didn't even throw this inside the car. I just made sure that this wire made it to the length of where about these wires are. So just gonna put this together and crimp it. Same thing, let's heat shrink this. There we go. Got the ground wire going down there. Got everything all connected. Now let's throw it in. I was actually able to get it, surprisingly. So you had to do some weird thing that I found on a, you had to do this form of steps. I found it on a YouTube comment section that I was having problems. So it said the protecting send service thing. You start with disconnecting the power connector, then you press and hold 3 and 6 on here. You reconnect it. You're gonna have a DC error code, and then you press and hold down 1 for 5 seconds, and then you press and hold down 2 for about 3 seconds, and then another code comes up, and then you disconnect it all, reconnect it, hit power, and then it works. And I'm able to connect everything, and I just want a Bluetooth just so I can stop using this dang speaker and I shove it in here whenever I'm drifting, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. I got a working radio and I'm pumped. I can also finally put in this passenger side vent that I've been waiting to put on for a long time. I've just been able to stick my arm in here whenever I need some air. There we go. That easy. You tuck this away. Might not have made these clips back here. There we go. I actually got a vent now. You can also put in this with a nice upper glove box. Put this little light in. There we go. Look at that. It looks so much better.